Says Mr. Don Trip, I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Yeah.
Mama told me don't let them see me sweat, so I bought a sticker degree right before I turn up the thermostat. Shut your
All right, so we got Don Trip off the porch with us today, man.
Indeed.
Yeah, appreciate it. How you feeling today, bro?
Man, I can't complain. You know, as long as I'm alive, I wouldn't dare complain.
Yeah, that's real, man. You know, we interviewed you a couple years ago, but we had you stashed in like a closet or something.
Yeah, you know, I get it. Sometimes you gotta do that. You know, sometimes you gotta be discreet. Yeah.
So, I mean, that just shows that you a day oneer, man. You was around before we even had a
Yeah,
porch.
y'all been rocking with me for quite some time. I don't know how long I've been doing this, but you know, y'all was one of the first people to, you know, to rock with me. So
Absolutely.
You know, I never turn you down.
Yeah, man.
Even in the dog room. So you know, I'm with it.
I appreciate you, bro. All right, so what got you out here in Atlanta for this trip, man?
I came out to shoot a video for one of the features I've done.
Okay.
You know, I'm still running it. I ain't doing as many as you know, the last time we talked.
Yeah.
I ain't doing as many as then, but you know, I'm still running the features. Of course,
Okay.
you know, with everything going on and everything to keep the bank flowing, we good.
Oh, absolutely. And I know people love to get the chance to get a Don Trip feature, man. Because you've been ripping these anyway.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right, so man, what inspired you to start rapping at first?
To start rapping? Wow.
I know, it's way back. You were
Chris
vetting.
Cross is what inspired me to start rapping. You know, they was kids. That was the first time we seen kids, you know, in that realm. So from seeing that, shit, we looked at that like, you know, if they could do it, we could do it. Took me a lot longer to pop than Chris Cross, but you know, because I had to be like 8 or 9 or something from seeing that. But
Okay.
you know, I've been rapping ever since. It didn't make much sense then, but you know,
Yeah.
come with time.
At what point did you start to take it serious and figure out, man, I'm gonna put my all into this and try this thing out, man?
I was probably 16. That was my first time going in the studio. I loved it. It took a little longer for me to understand the economics of, you know, of music, but you know, I guess I always loved creating it and, you know, and being an artist.
Yeah.
And at 16, of course, I was unseasoned, so it was a lot of stuff I had to learn. Even, you know, just as far as the craft or just as far as creating the music.
Mm-hmm.
But I took it serious. I took it more serious than everything, really, than school, than relationships, than anything. You know, music was everything.
Yeah. You know, anyone that listens to you, man, knows you're all about the bars, man. Were you like that back then too? Were you focused on the bars too?
I was more focused on the bars. I was less focused on content. So it was all punchlines.
Okay,
So,
really?
Like if I don't remember any of the songs or the verses from all the way back then, but it was all punchlines. You know, you couldn't take two bars out of any of those records, and you know, and none of them would coincide with each other. It had nothing to do with nothing. It was just punchline after punchline, and you know, experience. You know, from living, I started incorporating my life in it, and I stepped away from the catchy raps, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the first time I discovered you was the Eastside G TV freestyles.
Oh, you're real. See, when I did those, I was about, I had to be about 23, I think.
Okay.
Somewhere around that. That's when I was trying to find a way to make it work without having the funds to do the whole label deal thing. And I wasn't a fan of Soulja Boy, but I saw the impact he had, you know, with the internet. I was like, fuck it, we're gonna shoot in the dark and whatever happened. Because if I wouldn't have got any views, nobody would have knew.
Yeah.
So the fact that I did, and the fact that it turned into something that, you know, that if anything, that reassured me that I could really do this. Because it was different seeing people, again, you know, this is when I was first getting familiar with the internet. So it was different seeing people react to something that I wasn't in front of. And, you know, it was a lot wilder. It was different than performing in in a nightclub or something, and seeing the reaction you get from the people you can touch. Mm-hmm. And you can only do one of those. And, you know, me doing it on the internet, that opened the spectrum, that made it where I could be in front of thousands or, you know, hundreds of thousands of people at the same time.
Yeah.
And, you know, from that, I wasn't no looking back.
Yeah. Did those freestyles take off right away, or was it kind of a grind putting those out? And
it took off a year later.
Okay.
The Letter to My Son record, of course, that when that picked up, that made people go and check to see what else I had, and then everything started moving.
Yeah.
And then eventually, eventually I learned the economics of the music business and understood that I didn't own any of those songs because they was other people's beats. And when I found out the money that it made and it didn't belong to me, so not so much with the Eastside GTVs now.
Yeah.
It don't make enough financial sense now. So
Yeah. Were you surprised that Letter to My Son was the one that took off? Consider it's such a personal song. Like, did you even expect people to fuck with it?
No. See, with that, like I said, none of the records was picking up like that. So every record I put up, it was, I guess, more so for me and less so for the audience, because there was no audience, so to speak. So when it popped, I didn't see it coming, and it popped at an unfortunate time, actually, because I had a second. Well, no, I didn't have a second child yet. She was just a little twisted already, and the son hadn't done its damage. So I already couldn't see my son for a year. Then the son came out, and that just gave me a second year to not see my son. It increased the turmoil, but it put me in a space where I could provide for my family. I mean, I had to do a little more maneuvering for that to actually pan out for me, not just the song, but but my career for me to be financially stable. Yeah. But it taken off. I didn't see it coming, but it was something I appreciated, and I felt like I had to capitalize.
Yeah. What did it mean to you to read those comments about so many other, men comments saying that they can relate to it? They going through the same shit too.
It was crazy because, again, like I say, before the internet, I'm used to, touching the people that's in front of me. So to see people, especially from out the country, seeing that and seeing that I wasn't the only one going through what I was going through, it made me feel a little better about it. It kind of made it a little sad at the same time to know that this occurrence is so common, and it's still a situation, it's still a problem, it still occurs, and nothing's fixing it, and nothing's gonna fix it in the future either. So the fact that people still go through it. The other day I saw Halle Berry complain about being on child support. That made my day.
They got her on child support?
Yeah, I don't know who she divorced, but he got her on child support. She said $16,000 a month is too much for any child. I agree, but I don't pay $16,000 a month. So, but that was a highlight. I've never really seen a woman speak up on.
Yeah, you don't hear that too
child
often.
Support shit, and that was different. It was relieving. I said.
Yeah. When we talked 2 years ago, you said you don't listen to the song anymore. Is that still true?
I stopped listening to the song a long time ago.
Yeah.
But you got to consider, like you said, it was my real life, and one, that's a place and time I'm past now, and the song is it's a milestone or a time capsule. So listening to the song kind of bring me back to that period in my life, and that's the last place I want to be in my mind.
Yeah. Anyone that follows you on social media knows, and you're big on fatherhood, man. How many kids you got now?
About 30.
You ain't got 30.
No, I got 7.
Okay.
I got 7 children. I love them dearly. I don't know if that's about to be your next question or not, but I don't know if I'm done. I ain't planning none, but I just let life happen how it happen. I think if anything, I might be patting myself on my own back, but I think I'm a great father. So, and the day I can't provide for my children is when I'll go give my balls snipped and all that shit. But until then, so be it.
Yeah. What has being a father taught you about life?
Say it again.
What has being a father taught you about life?
That it's not about you. It's shit with every aspect. It's not about me. I got to raise them in a manner that I wasn't raised. I got to teach them things that that weren't taught to me. I had to learn on my own. And it's 7 kids. That's 7 different personalities. I might as well have a show. I would have to break it up. It would have to be like like CSI and CSI Miami. I would have to do two versions of the show.
Yeah, you almost got the full baseball team, man. 2 more.
How many players is on the baseball team?
9.
9? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or if you get 3, then you can play 5-on-5 basketball.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? Yeah, 5-on-5 basketball. Yeah. I'm gonna need a school bus.
Yeah.
I already need a school bus now.
Yeah. What can you tell us about the song "Disappointed," man?
Disappointed. I won't throw no person under the bus. I ain't really into that. But it was a person around me at that time that has a son, and I have to put it in past tense because I don't rock with this person now. But I watched this person basically live his life, like live it up. He was, carefree. He, do whatever he wanted to do, party when he wanted to party, vacation when he wanted to vacation. And never tend to his son. He had I think his son just turned 18. And, he perfectly fine with letting another man raise his son. And I mean like completely raised, that's his stepdad. That's his dad. I just made him. I'm gonna keep it moving. And from watching that, it made me disappointed in him. And of course, like you just said a second ago, like letter to my son, my life is my music, and I just had to vent, so to speak, because I felt like sometimes we use the word man, and that male didn't deserve to be called a man, and that's just something I had to speak on, and speaking from my own experiences as well, because I didn't have a father, and I think I said it in the song. I don't remember the lyrics that well, but I don't know what it's like to have a father, but I know what it's like to not have one, and that's the feeling that I would never want my kids to have or endure. So just that, and me seeing this, this nigga got an 18-year-old son, and of all things, this would be the time to do more bonding than ever. But seeing that it doesn't affect him the way it would affect me. And my son's just 11, so and seeing that like I said, it made me disappointed, made me look at him different, and coming back from that showed me something. I mean, if you ain't gonna stand tall for a child, the person you made, the person you created. That depends on you whether they chose to or not. If you ain't gonna stand tall for them, then what the hell would make me think you'd stand tall for me? Mm-hmm. You created that person, so just something I had to say.
Yeah, no, that's real. And I love what you did with the music video too.
I appreciate it. Actually, that was I think you met Schizo.
Yeah, I was in the video, right?
Yeah, you're right. Look, see the way he did that's a song that was near and dear to me, and like he was adamant on creating the video for it, and it came with a whole bunch of different scenarios and treatments for it, and I just wasn't digging none of them. And he came in one day and he showed me a few clips of what he had, and when I seen the direction he was going in, it was still more music video-ish. But when I seen when I seen the direction he was going as far as displaying other fathers, I'm like, we got it. That's what we need. Let's simplify it and let's run with that. And then when he came back with the last edit, he was like, check this out. I was crying because I didn't meet with you to do that. I didn't know you was in it. I didn't know Star was in it. I didn't know that Nard was I didn't know any of these people were in the video. And the fact that he went and it was a hell of a journey for him to pull it off. But the fact that he went that far and he captured, the essence of fatherhood with people that's near and dear to me, that shit made it everything. Like, I'm sure a lot of people that watch the video don't know that most of the people in that video are related to me. And, that meant everything to me, so.
Yeah, that turned out really dope.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So what inspires you to keep creating today?
It's fun. It's not so much for the money now. The money is important, of course. I don't know. I enjoy it more now because I got rid of all the rules. I just do what the fuck I feel like doing now. I ain't I don't much I'm not worried about what somebody's gonna think or say or feel once they hear the song. It don't much matter to me. Now, well, I guess now less than ever. You know, there was a point in time, that's how I kind of looked at it. I don't want people to get the wrong impression, yada, yada, yada. But now, you know, shit, you're gonna hear my song and somebody else's song right after it. So if you are displeased with it, I don't even care, you know, when they do the whole shit, you know, it's cancel culture now. So you say the wrong shit and everybody wanna, you know, cut you out. But I ain't commercially big enough to be canceled anyway, so I don't give a shit. I can say what I wanna say. And sometimes now I just get a kick out of saying the fuck I feel like saying.
Yeah. And you built up this loyal fan base that
I
don't even think they would cancel you anyway, man.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it got to a point, you know, early, you know, you've been rocking with me for a minute. So, you know, early on with the internet, when people say sideways shit, you know, I couldn't help myself but to respond to your sideways shit. I knew no other way. Now I don't have to say anything. Like on Twitter, if you say something sideways to me, I'll retweet what you said and they gonna attack.
They gonna go in for you.
Days, you know, that shit's not gonna stop. And I get a kick out of that now. So, you know, I appreciate the loyal fan base. You know, doing as much as I can to keep building that fan base. So.
Yeah. What do your fans mean to you?
They mean everything. I mean, I can't do none of this shit without the fans. Otherwise, I would be, you know, it would be the equivalent of me recording a song to play in my car. And, you know, that's no fun. Yeah.
Is there any keys that you have used to stay relevant and keep that fan base?
Honesty. That's it. I really look at my music like honest music. If I could be a genre, I would be honest music. You know, I don't do the, anybody that's for me. I don't rap about nothing I don't have, nothing I haven't acquired. You haven't seen any of my videos with me in rented cars or, you know, fake jewelry, fake money. That's just not me. But that's what I'm saying, you know, me sticking true to who I am and you know, what I have experienced. I don't much speak on other people's shit, you know, I don't much care about other people's business, but, you know, the honesty, I think that's what got it. I think that's what gave me the lane that I got.
Yeah. Yeah, and last year you and Crim put out that Lethal Weapon collab.
Yeah, I think, well, it might have been the year before last.
Was it?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm old, man. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, we put, that was a taste. See, Cream is one of them people, just like how I rock with y'all, because, you know, y'all fuck with me from the jump. Cream is one of them people too. Like, you know, before I had a name, before anybody knew who I was about 16 when I met Cream.
Really?
And, you know, nobody knew who I was. And, you know, he showed the same love. At one point, he wanted to sign me. I wasn't in no space to be signed or no shit then. But either way, you know, the relationship just grew from that. And, you know, one day he hit me, he was like, man, let's get in the studio. You know, shit, we probably can put a whole tape out. And I'm like, man, I don't give no shits. You know, for some of the people around me, or for the people around me, if we share the common interest as far as music, then I don't put a price tag on it. It's, you know, it's just us rocking and doing what we do. So, you know, I wasn't looking for him to pay me for the features or nothing. I've never charged him for a feature, but that was just one of them things. And, you know, I just felt like, you know, there wasn't nothing I would, you know, record that many records on my own anyway and do whatever. So I felt like it was a good look.
Yeah, I feel like Crim is so underrated too, man.
Like, I can dig. He been doing it longer than me, so he definitely been doing it for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so man, what do you got? New project? Come on, talk to us, man. Like you said, that may not even been last year. What have you been doing?
I won't say what I've been doing. No, you know, the whole shit, the whole Corona shit kind of slowed shows and shit down. Mm-hmm. And I just took that time to find other things to, you know, to make money off of, basically. And other hobbies, like now I build guns.
Okay.
But as far as music, as far as the releases, I'm gonna drop so much shit this year. It's about to be ridiculous.
Did Corona affect your creativity, or?
No, it ain't much do nothing to that. Well, see, it probably would have if I don't record in commercial studios, so, you know, I think it would have if that was the case. But, you know, I recorded my own shit, so it was the same amount of people that it was before Corona hit, and just be an engineer. I don't, you know, I don't rock with a lot of people. So.
All right, so man, Step Brothers 4, man.
Step Brothers 4.
You know, this is the 10-year anniversary, right?
10 years, really? Shit. Yeah, I'm old, man. Yeah. Well, look, we working, we trying to get it together. That's one of them things, like, you gotta do it when it makes sense, and everything about it's gotta make sense. And, you know, Craig is a father now, so even his, you know, his interests have changed too. Not, I won't say his interests, but, you know, the things that's important. And not to say music isn't, but that's what I mean when it comes to music. The travel ain't, you know, he used to be able to get up and just move. And that's what he used to do. So I used to have to catch him. Like, you know, we working on Step Brothers, and I got to drive to Atlanta because he's in Atlanta for 3 days. And if I don't catch him these 3 days, he going to go to fucking Arizona. And I ain't going to Arizona for nothing. So, you know, I got to catch him when I got to catch him. Now it's a little different for him, so he can't just bounce around. He still, you know, he do it quite a bit, just not as much as he used to. Mm-hmm. But, you know, that's one of them things that, of course, it's happening. It's, you know, it's in the making. But we don't want to rush it. That's, you know, the last thing you want to do is rush it. You rush it, you're going to fuck it all up. Yeah. And, you know.
Did you guys, when you guys created the first one, did you think there'd be such a high demand 10 years later, man?
No, when we created the first one, I don't think we was looking at shit. Like, we was, you know, of course we were older and mature, more mature now, but we weren't thinking about tomorrow. We was on right now. And that's how it came together so fast, is, you know, we weren't thinking about shit. I had no idea that it would live this long. Of course, you know, I wouldn't have known I'd be speaking about the 10-year anniversary of it. But it popped, and it created like a second fan base for me. And, you know, that's something I'll forever be grateful for.
Yeah. And I could have sworn I saw a clip of you guys, I think it was in Nashville, you guys were performing, and you promised it was going to drop this year.
I don't think I promised anything. I don't much use that word often. You're going to have to show me that clip.
I'm going to have to relook this one
up.
But
we are working on it.
Okay.
I hope I didn't promise anything, but we're working on it.
Okay. Any new producers you've been working with lately, or is it pretty much the same cast that you've been working with? I know you and Chefry.
See, that's tricky when it comes to the producers, because you really ain't worked with them until you pay them, and you can't pay them until you know that the beat that you got ain't been, you know, filtered to 72 other rappers. Mm-hmm. So we in, you know, we doing the, you know, the inventory on the beats right now, so I can't say. But of course, I still ride with Chefry Kitchen.
Yeah, he just dropped a song with you the other day.
Yeah, the Anti-Perspirant. I hope I pronounced that right.
You know what? I was going to fuck that name up, and I was waiting for you to say it. And I think you did fuck it up. But don't worry, I would have fucked it up too.
It happens. But yeah, Chefry, one of them people, like, you know, we kind of close. You know, it's more than just a producer-artist relationship, so that's something, you know, I hold that kind of shit near and dear. I think that's the only way you can really, like, you know, I think that's the only way a producer can really, you know, feel the vibe that I'm on, or, you know what direction to go in. And we got some, you know, we about to work on some shit too.
Okay.
I won't name no projects or no dates.
But you have been working.
Yeah, of course. Of course. It's been a little tricky. You know, like close to the end of last year, my brother passed. So when that happened, the incident that occurred, my 2 other brothers were involved in it, and those are the people that I have in the studio. So for a second, I had to, you know, shake back because it was a little, you know, it's a little weird for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think anyone that's ever been to your shows knows Piff, man.
Yeah, Piff was definitely alive. Wow, he gonna stomp a hole in the stage. Even in house shoes, he gonna stomp a hole in the stage. But, you know, actually, I think that show with Star was the first time I performed without him.
Really?
And I've been performing with him since I was 16, so that was a little different for me too.
Was it difficult at all? Like, man, I know he was gonna be right here with you.
Yeah, it was emotional. Yeah.
Any chance of releasing some music that's with him?
Yeah, I plan to do a whole tape with him. Like, he recorded a lot of music. He was one of those, he was an aspiring artist. And since he was my brother, well, he's my older brother, my big brother. So a lot of my advice kind of go to the wayside because, you know, Eve had a complex, you know, my little brother can't teach me nothing. And, you know, fortunately, although it's an unfortunate, you know, unfortunate moment, I get to curate it, so to speak. And that's what I'm, you know, that's one of the things I'm working on, putting out a tape with me and him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw on his Instagram, I think he even called it Blood Brothers. You guys were.
I don't know. Pip, like I said, Pip was a live wire. He might have promoted some shit that we didn't discuss. So, you know,
Okay.
that's Pip.
All right, so can you put a number on how many projects you plan to drop this year? You say you're gonna drop a lot of music.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a lot of shit. At least 4. At least
Okay.
4.
Okay.
It might be more than that. No, I'm not counting Step Brothers.
That doesn't
That's
even
tricky.
include Step Brothers.
No, that doesn't include Step Brothers, but it's gonna be at least 4 projects.
Okay.
You know how I rock, so you know
Yeah.
it's gonna be a little different. I'm gonna have a lot of fun. And they, you know, I've been hearing that they opening the doors for us to go back outside. So if they first start back booking me, then yeah, it's definitely get 4 projects.
Yeah, I kind of figured if you guys could tour, Step Brothers 4 may be out.
Yeah, I mean, well, shit. If I could tour, if we could tour, it'd be a lot more content out. You know, that shit kind of went hand in hand, and sometimes that's how the content is created because we on the road, and you know, shit happens, and you know, something sparked the creative light bulb for us to go in and make a song about this or that, or you know, and once that popped, you know, we get to really have some fun.
Yeah. All right, Trip, any last words, any shout outs before we wrap it up, man?
No, I'll shout people out.
Can DGB get a shout out?
Of course, man. Dirty Glove, that's for life, man. You know I'm rocking. I don't know which camera y'all filming me with, but
Both of them.
okay, but that's right. Fuck my eyes up. Y'all know we rocking Dirty Glove Bastard, Mr. Don Trip. It's for life. I don't know how long we've been rocking, but we're gonna keep rocking.
Maybe 12 years.
It might be. It's
Maybe
been a minute.
longer.
I mean, I think y'all was the first people to put me on a blog site, and that was new for me.
I remember.
Matter of fact, y'all the first people to put me on a blog site, and then, cause that was before you start writing, like, you know, you do like a review of the shit, and y'all was the first people to write a review too. So you know, that shit, that's, you know, that's the kind of shit I hold near and dear.
Yeah. Cool.
Mama told me don't let them see me sweat, so I bought a sticker degree right before I turn up the thermostat. Shut your trap, I promise you don't want any